these women on Iran's national team, in Australia, they refuse to sing the I don't want to call it the national anthem. It's the Islamic Republic's anthem. They refuse to sing it as a way to protest against the Islamic Republic. And what happened is that this famous TV personality of the Islamic Republic State TV came out and said that these people need to be punished and made an example of. And that basically escalated. Let me actually show you the video. So this is the guy. I think you guys know this person because we have been dealing with him a couple of times. So let me just read what he is saying.
با خائنین در
So he's saying you punish traitors harder during war.
زمان جنگ باید شدیدتر برخورد کرد. هر
Whoever takes one wrong step against the country during war,
کسی که یه قدمی علیه کشور تو شرایط جنگی برمی‌داره باید
you have to respond to them harder.
شدیدتر باش برخورد کرد. مثل این ماجرا
Like the story of our women's national team not singing the anthem.
سرود ملی نخوندن تیم فوتبال زنانمون و اون عکسی که منتشر شده اینه که حالا کاری ندارم با اینها
You have to respond
باید
harshly.
شدیدتر برخورد کرد. این دیگه یه حرکت
This is not a symbolic act or mere protest.
اعتراضی نمادین و فلان و اینا نیست. این که تو بری
Not singing the anthem is the highest order of treason.
اونجا سرود ملی نخونی این اوج بی‌شرفی و بی‌وطنیه.
Both people and officials must treat them as traitors.
هم مردم هم مسئولین با اینا به عنوان خائنین زمان جنگ برخورد کنن. نه اینکه حالا
This is not a symbolic
یه
act.
اعتراضی داشتن و یه کار نمادین کردن. ننگ بی‌شرف
Write traitors on their foreheads and punish them severely.
و خیانت باید رو پیشونی اینا بمونه، جدا باید باشون برخورد درست حسابی هم بشه.
And then these are when the girls were, so he's saying Iranian women's football national team just used sign language to communicate help. They're being held hostage and threatened by the regime. The regime in Iran labeled them traitors on national TV and promised a severe punishment once they return from Australia. So my understanding is that this is the bus in Australia. I don't know if this is correct or not, but they're taking them maybe to the airport. And it says, Save the Lionesses. The Iranian women's football players showed a help sign after their last game in Gold Coast, Australia. So let me know, guys. I don't know what the help sign looks like because I can't identify it. So if you guys see anything, let me know. So this is from inside the bus. And these are people running after the bus trying to help the girls get out. There's a petition for this. If you guys want to sign the petition, I will post the link to this in the chat. Again, or if you're watching this later, you could search for change.org, provide protection for Iran's women's national football team. Here's a link in the chat. So regarding how the Islamic Republic, like why can't they just free them? I mean, I don't know why Australian government hasn't stepped in already to help these girls. I have no idea why they have not done that. They should do that. But somebody earlier, John, you weren't here, was asking. Oh, Danny, it was Danny. Danny asked earlier, why would these girls get on the bus anyways? Like, why can't they just refuse to leave? And I explained to Danny that the Islamic Republic has years of experience with this because there are many athletes who, when the Islamic Republic takes us out of Iran, they would want to maybe stay. But the Islamic Republic has mastered the art of intimidation tactics, especially with their families. And they have a lot of protocols and in place with regards to how to make sure, like, try their best. I mean, sometimes some people slip, but they know they have a lot of experience with regards to when the athletes leave Iran to try to make sure they all come back, right? I mean, North Korea does that as well with their athletes. So before we go to Gary, because I know Gary wanted to add something, did I even answer your question, Joanne? Like, did you have any follow-up questions?
No, that answered. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
I guess we have
Gary,
to
you wanted
to see what's going to happen, but yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
And Thanks, Armin. Very quickly, and Johan, appreciate what you were saying, but home is where the heart is. And if all of your family is back home in Iran and you are thinking about defecting, but meanwhile somebody on the bus is telling you, oh, we know where your parents are, we know where your family is. It's as Armin said, this has been going on for decades, and they have people in prisons who may be relatives of some of these soccer players, and they could next send them videos of them being shot in the head. It's that serious. Thank you.
Yeah. Oh, hey, Daniel is new here. Hi, Daniel. Welcome to the community. Okay. If you ever want to speak, you could raise your you could talk in the chat, but you could also signal to us that you want to speak like this by raising your hand. Okay. Once I leave, there's no time constraints. Like you guys could have hours and hours of talking once I leave. It's only the time limitations are for when I'm here because I need to go get back to Goldie's show. But again, for people who might be new here, the only time this conversations here stop is when the last two people here leave. Okay. But this could go for as long as anyone needs it. And yeah, Daniel, again, welcome. Welcome to our community. Okay. All right. Danny, was there anyone else? Oh yeah, Dajjal. Dajjal was here, and then I have something that I wanted to add.
Hey, what's up, guys? I know exactly what's going to happen to those girls when they get back to Iran. It's as simple as that, and probably kill their families anyway. I hate to say it, but that's what probably
No,
what's going to happen.
You have to be careful because when you say that and it doesn't happen, people were like, "Oh, okay, then they didn't do that. I guess they're nice." Don't just go with the most extreme thing that could come to your mind and say you're certain that that happens. There's a limitation for regards to the Islamic Republic. I mean, if they could be this cruel all the time, then they wouldn't last this long. Like they have to. They only are this cruel when they are really, really desperate and scared. Like you can't just be this cruel just randomly all the time and survive. Like every time the Islamic Republic is this cruel, it pays a heavy price for it. It gets more people defecting. It gets more of its own followers turning against it. So it can't just they have done some of the most evil shit ever imaginable, but they do it when they're very, very scared and very, very desperate. They don't use it all the time, just willy nilly.
Yeah, I got you, man. You make a good point. It was more of an emotional reaction, I'm just pissed off.
Yeah, I understand that, and I appreciate you caring so much. I really do appreciate that. The issue is that when we predict things like that, and then the Islamic Republic doesn't do it, then people will be less caring. So imagine if they're now in prison and just being held in prison. People were like, "Well, they're not dead. They're not being raped, so I guess that's good." Even though that's really is really bad, and we try to free them, people will be satisfied with that because we predicted something far worse, right?
Right. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, there's a lot of retards who think that way. You're right. You got a point. Yeah. Duly noted. I was also going to say, I hope that gets worked out somehow. That I hope Trump and Bibi know about this. They could do something about it. Maybe say, "Okay, hey, bro, let him come here for a while. We'll take it." That's what I'd like to see. But we'll see. But I was also going to say, or we were talking about Cuba. I agree with Jeffrey. I think the Cubans would appreciate being freed. I think, given their ties to terrorism and all the commies and jihadis they're friends with, I think getting rid of their regime would be excellent. It would just be good for the Cuban people, which it would, but it would also be in our interest to do so. So I'm with Jeffrey 100% on that. And I was going to say too, you got these guys these people wearing Che Guevara shirts and all that shit. All these lefty retards. Che Guevara wasn't only just an anti-black racist. He was also extremely anti-gay. He killed gay people, and the Castros actually imprisoned gays and put them basically into camps to try to set them straight, if you will. And when that didn't work, they just killed them. Under Batista, gays were actually had a much better deal. In fact, there were actually gay nightclubs in Cuba, run by the mafia of all things. And those were also shut down when Castro got into power because he thought they were a bunch of degenerates. And wanted to persecute them, just like a lot of
Okay,
Marxist
last
regimes
point.
did. Yeah,
Last
that's all I was saying. Yeah, and the Soviet Union did too.